Force Carly Barnett is live at the scene with details on the shooting investigation. And Carly, what about the traffic nightmare still impacting thousands right now?
Well, Lauren, Elliott, in the last hour, we have seen it appears the express lanes going northbound are open, but all of those other northbound lanes on the Palmetto are closed. So you're just going to want to avoid that area and try to seek an alternate route. This is your warning now. We have since moved locations in the last hour. Let me show you where we are right now. This is the scene right behind me. You can see this red Nissan crashed into the concrete wall. Police tell us that that car was shot at this afternoon. This is right before the exit at Northwest 103rd Street. We're on the Palmetto Expressway in the northbound lanes. And we have at this hour new information from Florida Highway Patrol. They tell us it happened this afternoon in the Palmetto northbound lanes in the area of Okeechobee Road. This is right where we are now. They say two people were driving in a Nissan, and while driving, they were shot at, crashing into that concrete wall. The car, as you saw, has numerous bullet holes. I'm counting at least 10 in just the windshield alone from my vantage point. Now, we are told from FHP the passenger in that vehicle, a man, was killed, and the driver had to be airlifted. We are told the driver is in critical condition. As you can see, there are still emergency crews on the scene trying to keep as much traffic out of the area as possible while they continue this investigation. At this point, we don't have any word on who the person who shot at these people could be. No word on a suspect or any possible motive. But we are going to continue to stay out here and stay on top of this, gathering as much information as possible. Again, an update on that traffic. It does appear the northbound express lanes are open, but all other northbound lanes are closed to traffic. For now, live, Carly Barnett, CBS 4 News.
So disturbing that this could happen on a busy roadway. Carly, thank you for the live update. And
let's get right out to CBS 4's Carly Barnett live in Northwest Miami-Dade. Carly, what have you been able to confirm so far?
Miami-Dade police officer is taking...
Well, Lauren, Elliott, details are continuing to unfold, and I'm going to break down what we know at this hour. But first, I want to give you a sense of the scene behind me. Let me step out of the way. We're looking right now at the northbound lanes of the Palmetto. This is near Okeechobee Road, and this is just before the exit to Northwest 103rd Street. To give you a better idea of where this is, we are right near a big shopping center that has a Burlington coat factory and a Best Buy. You can see investigators taking pictures of that red Nissan right there. So FHP says this all happened around 3 o'clock this afternoon. Troopers say two people were driving in that red Nissan, and while they were driving, they were shot, crashing into that concrete wall. The car has numerous bullet holes. I counted just at least 10 in the windshield alone. The passenger, a man, was killed. The driver had to be airlifted. We are told they are in critical condition. Of course, just an absolutely terrifying situation and logistically causing a traffic nightmare ahead of rush hour. We spoke to a woman who says even though she's used to traffic at this time, she knew something was out of the ordinary when it was this bad.
I was on my way home from work. I knew I wanted to stop here at this store. And the traffic was just bumper to bumper, and people trying to get in, people trying to get out. And it's insane. I wasn't sure what the reason was, but but I did know that it was a little more than typical.
It appears the express lanes going northbound are now open to traffic, but the rest of the northbound lanes are still closed, and they have been for the last several hours. As far as who did something like this or a motive behind it, at this point, investigators have not revealed any names, or have they told us that they have anybody in custody. But for now, live in Hialeah, Carly Barnett, CBS 4 News.
Carly, thank you. And we go right to CBS 4's Carly Barnett, who's been on the story since it first broke earlier today. And Carly, it looks like traffic is finally moving through that area behind you.
Lauren, Elliott, after being shut down for almost 8 hours, traffic is finally flowing again in the northbound lanes. In just the last 15 minutes or so, the vehicle was towed from behind me, and investigators cleared the scene, opening that roadway back up. And even though investigators are off of the scene now, there are still a lot of questions they're piecing together tonight. A car full of bullet holes and shell casings littering the highway. Detectives working into the night trying to piece together a shooting on a busy expressway.
We're looking at every angle to determine what happened in this shooting.
Investigators say around 3 o'clock in the afternoon Wednesday, 2 men around age 20 were headed north on the Palmetto Expressway in this red Nissan. Near the area of Okeechobee Road before the exit to 103rd Street, they say someone in a dark vehicle fired shots at the car. Lots of shots.
At this time, the only information we have regarding the subject vehicle was that it was a dark colored vehicle. And so that's why we need the community's assistance to be able to determine what make and model and what direction of travel the vehicle fled.
The Nissan crashed into a concrete wall. The passenger was killed. The driver had to be airlifted to the hospital.
I was on my way home from work. I knew I wanted to stop here at this store. And the traffic was just bumper to bumper, and people trying to get in, people trying to get out. It's insane.
The investigation shut down the northbound lanes, causing major traffic backups.
Wasn't sure what the reason was, but but I did know that it was a little more than typical.
Investigators haven't made any arrests yet. They're hoping the public can help them in figuring out who did this and why. Now, if you have any information, you are urged to call 305-471-TIPS. Detective Rodriguez wants to remind you that you can make those tips anonymously. At last check, the driver, we are told, is in stable condition. Live in Hialeah, Carly Barnett, CBS 4 News Tonight.